Hi, my name is Neil Reynolds and I'm a senior lecturer here at Buckinghamshire New University. Welcome to our state-of-the-art multi-million pound human performance laboratory, and my colleagues are now going to take you on a tour of this wonderful facility.
Okay, this is our hypoxic generator. What this does is it removes some of the oxygen from the air that the athlete is breathing and it allows us to recreate hypoxic conditions. A lot of endurance athletes go to high altitude to train or sometimes compete, and this allows us to give the students an opportunity to experience those conditions and assess the effects of them on the human body, such as heart rate, blood lactate, perceived effort, etc.
So this is the EMG system, and we measure muscle activations from certain muscle groups. So our student is demonstrating the hammer curl. So we are measuring the muscle activation from the biceps. And so when she is lowering the weight, we are measuring the activation from triceps as well.
Okay, so this is the isokinetics dynamometer, and it's used to assess muscle function and strength of various muscles. So we can do it on any of the muscles in the body. At the moment we're doing it on the quadriceps and the hamstrings. So the patient does a series of repetitions, and then we can measure the strength and the endurance of that muscle. And then later on we can then put it onto a report which we can give to the patient to have a look at ratios between different muscle groups to see whether they are strong or whether they're weak and whether we need to do any improvements from that perspective.
So this is the free weight area for strength and conditioning sessions. So we have many strength and conditioning practical sessions here, as well as also fitness and exercise related sessions.
Okay, so this is the Qualisys 9-camera system, which we can use reflective markers, which we put onto the patient, and we put them on various different anatomical points. And then the cameras, the 9 cameras, all pick up the various markers in different positions from a 3D element from all the 3 different axes. And then it reproduces this onto movements onto the screen like so, and we can analyse the angles that you get in, between those markers, so we can work out angles of joints. So it's a 3D analysis of any movement that we like. So for example, if we do a single leg squat, and we do a couple of those with markers on, it would then reproduce that onto a screen here, which we could then analyse in kind of quite a lot of detail, so that we can work out various aspects of those joints and the movements that are going on.
Okay, this is our gas analyzer. This measures the expired air of participants. What we use this for is to measure oxygen consumption, and we can do VO2 max tests like Anae is doing right now. We can also measure blood lactate with one of our blood lactate analyzers, and we use this to demonstrate to the students some physiological principles, but also to test commercial clients in the laboratory and give the students some experience of working with athletes or members of the public.
So in the Human Performance Lab, we've got a Seika 555 body composition analyzer, which can analyse people's body fat, lean mass and skeletal muscle mass. So if you stand on the machine, Callum.
Please stand upright and look straight.
We've also got a digital height scale, so that it's much more accurate than doing it manually.
86.
So it gives us height, weight, and it uses 8 points to analyse electrical resistance, which, because resistance is different between muscle, bone and fat, we can then work out from an equation different percentages of body fat and track that over time. So if we're developing an intervention which involves training or nutrition, we can look at the changes that have been made. With the 8-point analysis from bioimpedance, we can analyse right versus left and then track those over time. So particularly if we've got an injured player, we can look at the balance between their right and left, and if the protocol we developed is working as far as building the muscle in the injured limb.
This is our temporary heat chamber. We can get this up to 40 degrees and put it up and take it down whenever it's needed. We use this to demonstrate the principles of exercising in the heat to our students, the effects of the high temperatures on the body, because obviously that is an important area of physiology, not just for sport but for occupational careers as well. Working in hot conditions can have a severe effect on our physiology, and we need to understand what we can do to deal with that and acclimatise to it.